September, we're at Adams Morgan Day. My name is Daiki Tsumagari from American University and Humanities Truck. Do I have your permission to record this interview?
Yes.
Could you please introduce yourself and what brings you out here today?
My name is Helen. I'm out here just to hang out on a beautiful day, and my daughter happens to be DJing.
And do you live in the area? Do you live in this community?
Yeah, I no longer live in D.C. I now live in Arlington. Yeah.
So you lived in D.C. in the past?
In the past, yeah. I immigrated here as a child with my family. And actually, when we first got here, we came because my dad got a job at the Mayflower Hotel. And we immigrated here, and our first place of residence was the attic at the Mayflower Hotel until we found a place of our own. Yeah.
And so when you immigrated here, where did you immigrate from, and which neighborhoods in D.C. have you lived in?
We immigrated from France. My mom is French, my dad is Greek, and he was living in France working in a hotel. That's how he met my mom, and we lived in France for a while, and they wanted to have a better life, so we immigrated here, and first lived in the D.C. area, in the Mount Pleasant area, and then eventually through my dad's Greek connections, we got on a waiting list for subsidized housing in Arlington, and that's how we wound up moving to Arlington, and I got enrolled into Head Start, and that's where I learned English. My crash course in English was when I started in preschool. Yeah.
Which parts of Arlington did you grow up in?
North Arlington. I guess it's like a Lee Heights neighborhood, Old Dominion neighborhood. Yeah. Okay.
So what are your earliest memories of the D.C. community, like the D.C. area?
My earliest memories when we first immigrated here, well, especially when we moved into that apartment building, it was like an immediate sense of community and immediate exposure to diversity, because in the building we moved in, it was people who were from this area, immigrants. We had neighbors who were Pakistani, neighbors who were Greek like us. We had neighbors from West Africa, and then we had neighbors who were from the United States. So, and it was a very tight-knit building, tight-knit community. So I remember we were always having parties and cookouts, and the kids were always playing together from morning till night. So I have positive first memories, and in my Head Start class I have great memories. We had loving teachers, and one that I stayed in touch with through my high school years, and she passed away eventually, so I have good memories. Yeah.
You mentioned you're here today because your daughter is DJ.
Yeah.
Is it your first time at Adams Morgan Day?
Oh no, I used to come here when I was in my teens and 20s and would have a lot of fun. I haven't been to Adams Morgan Day in a while. It's changed from what it used to be, but yeah. I don't know, the city has changed. It's not the same vibe anymore. I mean, it depends on the neighborhood, but in some ways Adams Morgan is still what it used to be. In other ways it's changed, but yeah, it's changed with the demographics and just the people who are here.
How would you describe the ways that the demographics of the neighborhood have changed?
More affluent, different age group than it used to be. Used to see, they're still here, like a lot more families, multi-generational, but I feel like at least from what I observed, there's less of that. Yeah.
Do you think, are there any businesses that you used to visit in the area that no longer exist?
Yeah, there were like record shops, vintage shops that are gone. little small businesses that are not here anymore. And the last vintage shop, unfortunately, didn't make it through the pandemic, was Meeps, that have been around for a long time, and they just closed. Yeah, sadly. Yeah.
Would you say there's been anything gained? Any new businesses, new demographics in the area add to the community?
Ooh, sorry, I couldn't hear. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. Would you say that there's any new businesses that, or demographic groups that have added to the community, or like any new additions that you think have changed it for the better?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some cool stuff. Like, I love the Green Zone. It's an Iraqi-owned bar, and they have great nights with like music from all over the world that you don't get to normally hear, like music from Middle East, from Africa, from South America, Central America. So I like that place. It's really cool, and they've also, since the genocide started, it's been a welcoming place and a very open place about supporting Palestine and speaking up against the genocide. So yeah, that's one example of like I think a great business that's in the neighborhood is the Green Zone. Yeah.
And where would you like to see the neighborhood go in the next 5 years, next 10 years?
I like it to be more affordable and accessible to everyone in the DC community. Yeah, yeah. And more small businesses and affordable businesses, not just like a destination for partying. Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions I had. Is there anything you'd like to add? Any businesses or people you'd like to shout out?
Green Zone, El Tamarindo. Yeah, I'm putting me on the spot. Let me think of. There are many others. I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but yeah, there's like still Lost City Books, also. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
All right.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you.